with breaking news.
And that breaking news, multiple tornadoes tearing through parts of the Midwest. Kentucky, one of the hardest hit. At least 18 people are dead there after a tornado touchdown. Thanks for joining us at 6 o'clock. I'm Lindsay Stone. Now, these are just some of the images from that devastation. Look at this here. A line of severe storms ripping through Missouri to Kentucky, leaving a trail of destruction. We're leading the way with team coverage. Meteorologist Adam Burniston is breaking down the path and the strength of the storms, and anchor Chris Jacobs in Laurel County getting a first-hand look at the devastation. Now, the tornado began its path of destruction in Laurel County, about 2.5 hours south of Cincinnati. People there had to take shelter very quickly last night. Sam Carter from our sister station in Louisville met one family there.
The house over my left shoulder is the Watts house, destroyed by a tornado during last night's storms. Thankfully, they made it out alive, but now they and so many others in Laurel County are picking up the pieces.
Late Friday night, Mahala Watts was in the home she shares with her mother and father when all of a sudden the trio had to run for their lives from an oncoming storm.
I grabbed my dog and we got in our bathroom that's right in the center of the house, and immediately we started to hear it and we got down on our hands and knees, and all of a sudden it just rushed over top of us, breathing in all the debris.
The Watts family eventually made it out of that bathroom only to discover the house in utter ruin. The power of the storm not only leveling the home but leaving behind it a path of destruction.
That's my car. It was,
my God.
Yeah, it was under a carport. Carport's gone. My dad's truck was actually over there in the yard.
It could have been far worse for Mahala and her mother and father. As for what's next for the Watts family,
I have no idea. Right now, we got a hotel for the night, but we didn't sleep. My dog is just hanging out there, and we're just kind of sorting through our stuff. I have no idea.
The house totally destroyed. The only thing left to do now, pick up the pieces, a process that could take months, maybe even years. In Laurel County, Sam Carter, WLKY News.
Oh, and our hearts just go out to them and all of the people affected. And of course, now we're hearing from the National Weather Service on at least one of the tornadoes that touched down in Kentucky, wreaking havoc there for thousands of people. Our meteorologist Adam Burniston joins us now, tracking what we know about these deadly storms. Adam?
Yeah, Lindsay, the National Weather Service just this afternoon doing a few surveys out there, starting initially in parts of Russell County, Kentucky, heading over to Pulaski County, Kentucky, where Somerset is. That was some of the first surveys they did, and they found EF2 preliminary damage in parts of Somerset. So that's winds of 111 miles an hour to about 135 miles an hour. Now, this is just the start. They have several days of surveys ahead of them, and I've been with some of these crews before on surveys for tornado damage. So basically what they're going to be looking at is the damage left behind from these tornadoes, whether it's in Somerset all the way through Laurel County, where London, Kentucky is, and they're going to look at the different types of structural damage. So here we're looking at parts of the London, parts of the airport there, where you had these huge buildings, the planes tossed around, and they'll be able to kind of simplify this damage and kind of talk about how strong of winds could have caused this damage, and that's how they get that number of an EF2 rating or even more. Now, as I mentioned, a preliminary report of EF2 in Somerset, that's just one spot. This tornado was likely on the ground for several miles, and so that's why it's going to take several days, because basically what they're going to be doing is putting the pieces together, following the path of that tornado, that storm that tore through southern Kentucky, and drawing out where the path went, how wide the tornado was, and just how strong it was. So they're going to be taking all this damage into account and tallying it up to find out where the strongest potential damage was, and I'd imagine we'll likely see much stronger than EF2 rating here in the next few days. Now, the Western National Weather Service did say this evening, while it is going to take several days, their final report will likely be out as we go towards the middle of this next week. But we'll be having much more on following these surveys and much more coming up throughout this evening and through the next few days as well. Lindsay?